This is the lower house of the Russian parliament, the Duma. It isn't one of Moscow's most famous landmarks, and yet what happened here today says so much about what's happening now in Russia. It was a very dramatic day at the Duma, and much of that drama unfolded outside the building. When I came down here earlier, I witnessed clashes between gay rights activists and anti-gay campaigners. The gay rights groups were shouting things like, "We should have the same rights as everyone else." Their opponents responded with cries of "Moscow is not Sodom" and calls on the police to beat up homosexuals. At one point, the violence spilled onto Moscow's main shopping street, with the gay rights activists quite literally being hunted down and attacked. A few hours later, here in the parliament, Russian MPs voted overwhelmingly in favour of a controversial piece of legislation. It imposes heavy fines on anyone who provides information to underage teens about what's described as untraditional sexual relations. So what does all this tell us about the direction in which Russia is moving? Well, first of all, it shows that the Kremlin, which continues to dictate all policy here, is growing more conservative. Vladimir Putin may be the first Russian leader in 300 years to announce he's getting a divorce, but he's actually made traditional family values, marriage, children and the church, a cornerstone of his third term in office. It's almost become the state ideology in place of communism. And liberal values, whether political, social or sexual, have no room in this very conservative outlook. And this worldview goes down very well with many ordinary Russians. I witnessed an interesting conversation today outside the parliament. An anti-gay activist was telling two gay rights campaigners that people in Russia should never behave the way they do, and that if they wanted to be homosexuals, they should clear off and go and live in Europe. In fact, one opinion poll out today showed that 88% of Russians supports the law on homosexuality passed by the parliament. And another recent survey showed that nearly half the population believes that Russia's gay and lesbian community should not enjoy the same rights as other citizens. Now, these figures reflect another key change in Russia. Russian society is growing more intolerant of anyone who looks different, who thinks different, who behaves different. That includes sexual minorities, ethnic minorities, and political minorities. And while that trend continues, Russia will remain on a very different path from the West.
Well, now I'm joined by two guests in Moscow. Valeria Perfilova, a singer who was awarded the title of Honored Artiste of Russia by President Putin, and Anton Krasovsky, a former television presenter who outed himself on television. He was subsequently sacked for doing so. Valeria, this astonishing vote in the Duma, 436 votes to 0. Do you think that really reflects Russian opinion?
I was listening, they're covering the issue. It was funny. It was funny to me because it's nothing to do with politics. Being a mother of 3 children, I approve this bill because I want to defend my children, first of all. And then I don't care, I don't want to meddle with other people's lives. I don't care what they do behind their doors, but I do care about my children's bringing up. You know, it's the situation, not only me think like that. The vast majority of people in Russia, kind of 88% of people support the ban of homosexuality propaganda.
Okay, Anton Krasovsky,
and this bill responds the people's demand.
I hear what you say. Anton Krasovsky, tell us, as a gay man, you came out on television, you lost your job, you believe, as a consequence. What else happened? What is the feeling in your country?
I'm glad that Valeria, that situation is funny for Valeria, but it's not fun for me. I think it's a law against me, against my family, against all of gay people in Russia. From today...
Oh, no.
Yes, Valeria, yes. Hi, good night.
I have a lot of friends who belong to gay society. It's not true.
Valeria,
it's not true.
Can I?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
Really
From today, I cannot say that I'm gay and I'm the same human beings like you, like President Putin, like all of you. Because from today, I'll have to pay for this from 100 to 2,000 pounds. Because these words could be taken as propaganda. And Valeria knows it, right?
Well, just a second, I don't understand your argument. You're saying just because you're gay, you're making propaganda for...
Exactly. Exactly.
So you are illegal, you feel?
No. If I said that I am gay and I'm the same human being, like you, for example, Jeremy, and it could be taken like propaganda.
Okay, Valeria, well, that's outrageous.
I feel the minority in my country. Believe me, I have a lot of friends who belong to gay society, and they do not support their unisexual marriages. They would never take part in gay parades. They just normal people. They do their business, and there's nothing to. Anton, you know, there's a lot of people who belongs to gay society. Are still working on TV, on the media, and all. I don't know why it happened to you.
But you would.
Are they open
Anton,
gays,
come on.
Valeria? Are they open gays?
Yeah, a lot of artists are open gay.
No,
oh, yeah,
please tell me who exactly open gay in Russian media, in Russian pop business, in Russian show business. Who is it?
Sergei Penkin.
Sergei Penkin
Boris
is open
Moiseev.
gay, right? Boris
Yes,
Moiseev
of
is
course.
open gay.
Okay, I tell you what.
Sergei Penkin.
I tell you what. Look, we've got world-renowned libel courts here, so we'll just leave this the naming of names. Frankly, I'm afraid they don't mean very much to most of us here. But can you help us with this question, Anton? First off, what is it about your society and homosexuality?
What do you mean exactly?
Well, why is it such an issue? This would not be an issue in Western Europe, for example, or the United States. What is it particular to Russian society that makes it such a sensitive matter?
I'm not sure if it's a sensitive matter in Russia. I think it's a sensitive matter for Russian state, and it's a big question why. I have not answer.
Valeria, do you have an
maybe
answer?
Valeria knows.
Yeah, what I know, that our society is based on Christian morality. Still, in spite of the enlightened Europe tendencies, or they, a lot of people try to to think the same way, but we are different.
It's really fun to hear
the vast majority of people
about Christian
against. Pardon me?
Do you think it has much to do with the communist history in your country?
No, not at all. Let's put the things like that. The more aggressive propaganda of homosexuality, the less people feel loyalty towards them. I mean, towards the gay society. That's it. That's it.
It's very fun to hear about orthodox values from pop singer Valeria. It's really fun. I just want to touch one point. You had talked about majority, about that majority wants it. I just want to remind you that 95% in Nazi Germany supported laws against Jews, against homosexuals, and against gypsies. 95% of German people in 1935. Do you remember what was in 1945, Valeria, right?
Are you saying, Anton, that you feel personally in danger as a consequence of this legislation?
I can tell you, yes, me. I have 3 children. I have the youngest son is 14-year-old. I don't want he to be influenced by anybody through internet mostly.
Wow.
You understand?
Valeria, do you have you're a pop singer, right? Do you have
yes,
gay friends, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know that your
people.
gay friends make something like propaganda to your 14 years?
Of course not them.
Son?
Of course not them. But there are some people.
Thank you.
Yesterday, I saw in the news that one man was arrested for the attempt of sexual relations with a 14-year-old guy, 14-year-old boy. That should be punished. I mean, this case is a kind of criminal.
Well,
But,
presumably it is already
this
punishable
law-
in your country, isn't it?
It's
Sorry?
Child abuse is not a crime in Russia?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes, of course it is. Yeah.
Okay, all
Of
right.
course. But it's nothing had happened. It was just an attempt.
Right. Okay,
Because
thank
it
you
was
both very much
homosexual-
indeed.